2024 World Disc Golf Championships presented by NUKE is finally here. Well, here at New London Tech. I played this course before. This is going to be Aaron's first time. What have you heard about this course? What's like your preconceived ideas before we play our first round out here?
I've heard it's a lot like W.R. Jackson, a lot of big fairways, but still wooded golf. So I'm excited to check it out. So
I'm looking forward to see how it compares to your level of excitement. You know, like if you think it's gonna be like the best course ever, or if you think it's gonna be just like decent. I like it a lot, but we'll get into it.
Fair enough.
Document's gonna be on Aaron's channel.
I've also heard that the other course is a good complement. You know, they kind of are like opposites of each other. So that'll be kind of nice for the Worlds. Yeah, that's gonna be is that gonna be the first time we play that course for events? I mean, for a tour event, obviously, but we're gonna play on an Ivy Hill golf course. So subscribe. Let's make sure you check that video out too. We haven't played that course yet, so I'm excited for that. We got a couple days yet until we can play that one, but we're here at New London Tech. Let's get into it. Hold on. All right, I've been out here for like a week, so I've kind of made my mind up on most of these holes already. So it's not gonna be too exciting to watch me play, but I'm excited to see what Aaron wants to throw on most of these shots. We've got a 395-foot par 3 to start off the round. Kind of a slight dogleg left, nice open fairway, woods on both sides. But I love how wide some of these fairways are, and we'll see as we go. But it's like, this is the way woods golf I feel like should be. You have a nice fair gap, but it's still technical enough, and if you mess it up, you got some tough woods to contend with. I'm gonna go Challenger SS. We got a little bit downhill, and this has been working out good for me. Just like that, hopefully. It is a little bit of a side slope too, so usually when it hits, it kind of just slides straight. So that's gonna be about 35 feet. One thing to note is if you've played this course before this event, usually the right side is OB on these first 3 holes, and they've cut that out. So it's kind of questionable in my opinion. I don't really know why they would have done that. This hole especially, I feel like plays better if it is OB. And then hole 2, I guess we'll get into that one too. But I think I'm gonna try the forehand to start.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will throw a forehand now since it is safe on the right side.
But like you said, it slopes downhill. So if you do hyzer it out, it probably fades away fast.
For sure.
We'll see.
It's gonna be nice.
I think that's ideally how you throw it. Get it kind of
really
like
good.
Flat when it hits the ground.
Yeah.
Try the backhand too. Ooh.
I got a lot of flip. The Buzz was getting beat in.
Just spent a week up at 9,000 feet, so we might have to get used to a couple discs again.
I haven't really found myself this deep. It's usually more like pin high or short.
I'll bet it was just the height. And
right,
then
I got
hit
good
the
height
gap
on it.
just right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think people will throw mids too, but it does play kind of short for being like almost 400 feet. Probably plays closer to 360, and the ground is pretty skippy too. I love how they have bleachers right here. I feel like this is gonna be a sick place to spectate for people to watch the shots come in. They've got a couple more spots like this too, so
that would be cool.
That'd be cool.
With the height too, if it's a little bit higher, you kind of miss this hillside.
Right.
Versus if you're lower, you catch that hillside and you get that anti-skip.
Yeah.
And it's controls your distance a little bit. It seems like.
That's a good point. Oh man. Well, that's the nice thing about hitting cage. You can't spit out if you don't even hit chains. You know. This was really good. This forehand.
This is my favorite kind of putt. I can still make those. We're on hole 2. I don't really know what I'm doing here, but we're gonna figure it out. 977 feet, huge fairway again. Looks like it goes very straight and fades a little bit to the left. Again, a little bit downhill, so it'll play a little shorter than that. So my guess is you're gonna wanna throw like an onyx probably, just to kind of keep it in the fairway.
I like that.
Yeah, just get down there and get some distance.
You don't have an onyx in your bag?
That's like stable enough, I think, for the shot. I need to like go left, so I'm gonna throw NUKE OS instead. Okay. Because basically the same thing, right?
Almost the same exact disc, yeah. I hope people get the sarcasm in some of our jokes, because it kind of flew like an onyx though, to be fair.
Yeah.
This is one where that would have been OB if this was like.
Oh, okay.
And this is one where I actually agree with removing the OB. I think having no OB on this hole is really smart because it'll actually incentivize aggression a little bit.
Right. You have some players throwing some big shots off the tee.
I don't want to see a ton of people play for par. I think that's what would have happened if it was OB on the right side.
Right. I'm going to see if I can get there going Buzz OS off the tee as well. Just
might be able to.
See if I can keep it in the fairway. Well, it took you one hole to figure out how that disc is flying again at normal elevation.
Just put a little more hyzer on it.
I'm kind of in between Nuke and Passion. Maybe I should throw Onyx, since that's kind of in between a Nuke and a Passion.
It kind of is, right in the middle.
It plays long though. This whole play, it's 977, but if I throw a really good Nuke, it's like still a fairway drive ball. So it plays far. And it gets pretty specific at the dog leg.
All right, the key is just hit the gap and make sure it goes left at the end.
It's not gonna go left soon enough though. Oh, but it got through everything. That's gonna be crazy down there, I think. Also, one thing to note, I believe this course is either completely or at least partially designed by the man himself, Paul Macbeth. They've got his little logo on like every one of the old T signs, which I think they're gonna rip out because the new ones are pretty sweet, but
yeah,
I think this is a Paul Macbeth design course.
That's pretty ideal.
That's what I think I want.
Yeah. I'm guessing I'm still 480 outs from here.
Yeah, I mean the FPOT is right back here. It's like looks like 612 maybe is what it says.
Okay, so I might be over.
So you might
5.
be over 5 still. It's a pump.
It's a pump. All right, I'll throw.
Just to be in the fairway is good, but it's definitely one where being a little bit further up makes the second shot
makes a big difference. This downhill run-up's not ideal either.
Right.
You'd love to be at the bottom of that.
Keep toning.
Oh, I just need a little more flex. Good kick though.
That was close. That had a really good shape. Yeah, I'd be stoked with this tee shot.
Way down here and on the left side of the fairway, so it's basically like just a hyzer to the pin.
Yeah, I can basically just, yeah, exactly.
Straight to hyzer.
They do have one little evergreen tree in the middle of the fairway, which is a little confusing, I guess I would say, but
it just doesn't fit with the rest of the vibe.
Yeah, it's just like, seems a little out of place, but yeah. I'm gonna try to get a outdoor there. I'm still pretty far away though. Oh, I didn't tone it enough.
Just stay straight. Got a little sneaky. Could be putting.
The Onyx. Yeah. That's what you want.
That's really good.
Right past the evergreen tree. Oh,
right through it.
Right through it. Maybe it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a figment of our imagination.
Good point.
What if we're playing VR disc golf and life isn't even real? You never know. Oh, my Nuke though. Check my Nuke out. This makes me think we're definitely living in a simulation.
Oh my goodness. That's like that's a zone to the pin.
Yeah, this is pretty wild. The thing is though, to throw a shot this far and stay clean the whole way is almost impossible, I think.
Right, it's gonna need
if you're in the fairway, like I got sneaky to the right side of course. If you're in the fairway the whole way, it's gonna end up on the left side.
Over there.
I think it's 264. I don't know if I'm hitting the basket or not.
That's pretty big.
All right, I'll take that. I was like, this is the situation where you throw like an insane drive like this, then hit the false tree anay, and it's like it wasn't even worth it. It's the worst.
Well, it wasn't a great upshot, but I at least didn't embarrass myself.
Exactly.
Let's see here.
Little fade, yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, okay. I think a par on this hole is going to be pretty solid.
Yep.
It's going to take 2 really good shots to get a look for birdie.
I think it's definitely one of those where it's more important just to not bogey if you can.
Yeah.
Because there's not going to be very many people take the 3 on it.
And to do that, the key is going to be just making sure you hit the big part of the fairway for at least 80% of your flight.
Yeah. And then if you at Walsh, you have to pitch out and then have a good upshot. This rough can get pretty dicey as well. Sometimes you can have shots, sometimes you have nothing. So
the shots are pretty manageable though. So like you said, pitching out, giving yourself, you know, a 400-foot up shot. Right. You should just like,
it's a fail the whole way. There's nothing fluky about it.
Tell yourself you can just do it and get your par. Yep.
Exactly. Oh boy. Ooh. Well.
This really does have W.R. Jackson vibes of like the rough is pretty clean.
Yep.
So if you throw a bad shot, it'll probably get a little more pure and go way into the rough.
Right.
Whereas if you throw like a good shot that just trickles in, you'll have some opportunity to scramble. There's the Onyx. That's a nice shot.
Yeah, it's definitely
20-some feet
definitely
away.
more ideal. My lap is about 80 feet short.
Yeah. This evergreen tree we were saying is actually kind of on the left side of the fairway. You want to push straight past it, like on the right side. It's a little deceiving. So now I've played it, got a little better gauge of how to play it. So I like it. Good hole. I think hole 1's a little too easy.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think that's where like having the OB on the right side kind of makes you think a little bit more.
Yeah, okay.
So I think that the OB would have helped.
This one, it's the same size fairway, but it's just so long and you have to execute 2 shots that it kind of like makes up for it.
Well, yeah, you're almost forced into throwing a driver at some point.
Right.
So it makes the width a little bit more difficult.
Right, you have to do them first or second, or 2 perfect fairways. Yep.
Oh. Nice, dude.
Oh, no.
Hey man, if you could put 70% from right there, you'll be doing just fine.
66%?
66.666%. All right, hole number 3, we have a 385-foot par 3. It does not feel like it plays as long. Kind of similar to hole 1, even though I feel like this is pretty level, but we have a nice gentle curving to the right shot here. And again, no will be on the right side, which is usually how it's played, which I think, again, kind of makes the hole a little better. But I'm going to throw a kind of a flippy putter, kind of straight at the left side trees, and then hopefully just have a drift the whole way. I think with no OB now, you might see some people throw forehands. This tree on the right side's kind of in the way. So I could see people doing like a flex forehand to get around it.
Go either side of it? Interesting.
Yeah, you can go either side of it now with the forehand. I think the backhand putter is probably still the like textbook way to do it.
Right.
But you know, you gotta play the percentages.
Yep. So far, I think all 3 of these are backhands.
Yep. Oh, I turned it over. See, that would have been OB. But it's just trash
Looks
instead.
like it got through quite a bit, though.
It might still be a putt.
Yeah, it might be a putt.
A little bit more stability. Again, too far right. Oh, what a kick, though. That's
Ooh, okay.
20 feet.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's nice. All right, I got to try it now that you mentioned it. That just doesn't quite work.
Right, that's why I think the right
side
side is almost better for the forehand.
Yeah, because you want it to just go dead straight.
Right.
That's kind of the idea.
You have more room that way to the left.
Yeah. Oh, I keep thinking that's a little more stable than it is. Great,
yeah, that's gonna be a perfect disc for you. Oh, you followed me.
Oh man, I thought that one was more stable too. Oh, that's high. Man, I'm having a little trouble on these tee pads.
Yeah, I was wondering how people would like these tee pads. They'll kind of matted down.
They're really matted down forward, which is not that bad because all you have to do is kind of do this, and then you don't have that problem.
Okay.
It's just kind of like a weird issue to have. But they're definitely matted down. So
yeah,
we'll see. Definitely need to go a little farther. Oh yeah. Yikes. Yeah, kick off it or just miss it completely. I think either one would have been 20 feet. So it's pretty lucky. I'll give you that.
We'll take it though. Hey man, it's better to be lucky than good. What's this hole like, Aaron?
All right.
What's this one?
I assume that it's going to be a little flex forehand. It's 286 feet uphill this time. It looks like it doglegs to the right after that clump of trees up there. Yep. So my guess is something stable on a flex forehand line, and you're going to want kind of a big skip over to the right. So that's what I'm going to try.
Yep. I'm throwing like 75% cap wrap on Annie.
Okay.
So just like that. Yep.
It's not like a full pump or anything?
It's not super full, yeah. I mean,
okay.
I think you could probably get a zone there if you really tried to, but...
Yeah, I think the Captain's Raptor's got a better shape, like more consistent flight, probably.
Agreed.
Although, like, I could see throwing maybe something just dead straight, too.
Yeah, I played it with the Foundation guys, so they'll probably post that video at some point, but Trevor was kind of saying he likes to go kind of flippy on this shot, because it's easier to get, like, the hyzer release to lift, to, like, go up. Whereas the Annie release is kind of easy to throw into the hill.
It's dropping. I see what you're saying.
So depending on what your skill set is, I can see that.
Right. Interesting.
Enticing.
Get around the corner.
Perfect.
Okay.
Probably deep, but that's really good.
Probably deep.
I'm gonna guess that's deep. I think you're gonna be in circle, but I think that's gonna be a little, like a touch long.
Okay. Let me try a little flip up forehand. But you have to get around the trees.
It's kind of through them.
Okay.
Those like that big tree at the very end of this clump, you kind of want to go short of that, I think.
Short of that, okay.
Yeah.
Let's try this. little too much flip up.
Yeah, it'll be 45 feet left.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's deep too.
Man, it's good
That's
shape
fine
though.
though. You know, I mean,
you hit the fairway, like you didn't get lucky or anything, so.
Right. Thanks, man. It means a lot coming from you.
I'd rather be 30 feet deep, you know what I mean, and have a pure flight.
Right.
Than contend with a non-pure flight and try to park it.
Right.
So,
for sure.
Yeah. So there's a little hill here that you can't really see from the tee pad. So you definitely do have to be higher to get like over this if you want any kind of skip. Be easy to like check off this hill.
Right.
Not get up to the basket.
Okay, Buzz West is 20 feet.
Okay, it is a little more straight than I was thinking. I was thinking it was closer to like where our two drives were.
Right.
Versus if you do go dead straight, it's not too bad. I probably hit these trees though.
I'm pretty surprised that's this close, honestly.
This close on the left side?
But I guess once it gets past the top of the hill, it kind of has room to fade. You know,
a
so
little
it
bit,
looks like it's gonna stay left, but it's gonna move a little bit further right.
A little extra airspace, right. It does feel a little fluky here at the end, but on the bright side, it's all in the circle. So you should be able to make the putt.
Right, if you throw a good tee shot and you hit one of these trees, you're still at 30 feet at worst, maybe. So you can't.
Even if it bounces back a little bit, yeah.
Can't complain too much. Kind of a cool hole. I don't know. It's short, obviously, but for the length, I feel like it's pretty solid.
And it's a good forehand. Last three are all definitely more backhand kind of style. So good to have one that is a forehand shot.
I think you'll like the next hole too.
Okay, sweet.
All right, another par 4. So that's like, it's 2 in the first 5 holes.
Yeah.
Pretty good for woods too, I feel like. 707 feet. Kind of a big boy. It's gonna play uphill as well. We have this side slope, which is where the tee shots will land. So kind of managing the way it hits the hillside and hopefully not rolling OB is somewhat important. So that's kind of the only, I think kind of the only reason to not throw a forehand is because it can kind of hit, stand up and then roll OB and go right into the OB on the left side. So
that being said, you can throw a backhand that lands nice and soft and flat, but you can also land one on
also a little cut and then just go straight. Yeah,
it does that as well.
Or you could throw a roller as well, because that kind of fights up the hill and dies. But I'm gonna be honest, I have not had very much success with that shot. I feel like it's a little aggressive. It definitely can get further distance to make it easier for the second shot, but it's tricky to get that angle right, to get the exact right spot to it. Also just cut roll straight OB with the downslope, or cut up too much, then find OB on the right side. So definitely, I've been liking just a big forehand.
Definitely right side is better for the forehand, or left side?
For this tee shot?
Yeah.
Of the tree?
Yeah.
I've been going left side, so I'm just going high side.
Oh, okay, interesting.
It's one we'll see when we get up there, but the second shot is difficult enough to where I feel like it's not a huge advantage to be like way closer to it versus way further away. I'm still kind of just hoping I get through a little bit.
Yeah.
That's pretty far right. That's gonna be safe, but that's pretty far right.
Oh, that's close to OB, right?
I think it'll be fine. I'm probably still 30 feet away from it, unless it somehow got on top of the hill. But it should be fine.
Interesting. I was thinking the right OB was way farther right. Okay.
Yeah. I think the OB is kind of like this, the line of trees on the right side, like the edge of those bushy trees, potentially.
I was going to say, they got rid of the OB on the first 3 holes or whatever it was, and a lot of people don't like OB in the woods.
Right.
I love OB in the woods, and I'd like to throw that out there for everybody. I think what it does, if done well, is it adds a really good risk-reward element to the holes, where you have to think to yourself, hey, I can make this mistake, I can't make this mistake. And then on top of that, a lot of people say, oh, well, it's too bad because you'll just take a tree kick and one will get punished and one won't. And that happens regardless in woods golf. One will be an easy up and down, one will be an impossible up and down. And I think that adding the OB doesn't increase the actual like luck factor, and it actually just increases the decision making of, hey, I can afford this miss, I can't afford this miss.
Exactly.
So I want to throw that out there for everybody because I know a lot of people have different opinions on that. So
should be fine.
A little sketchy on the left side, right?
Yeah, as long as I didn't like check skip left, you should be okay. But again, we're trying to go kind of in between all 2 shots, honestly.
Okay.
I think we're both fine, but definitely closer to the OB than we'd want to be.
I put a new disc in the bag, and I want to try it out because I've been needing a quick turning roller. So I guess I'll try it on this shot.
Avenger SS?
Avenger SS.
ESP, wow.
Old one.
Wow.
So I don't know how stable it is.
Looks nice. Oh, it's gone. Actually, no, that might be fine.
See, I feel like you want that touch of cut.
Yeah, it was flipping pretty quick.
If it flips, it's good,
I
think. But there's a chance it's deep woods left.
But see, the fact that we're talking about that kind of says how sketchy that shot is.
Definitely not throwing that shot.
We don't really know what it's gonna do.
So we're right here, and the OB comes out on that corner there. So it almost pays to be a little shorter.
Right.
Like, you don't really want to push something huge because the OB comes in a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible to go too far with a forehand.
I was just thinking that, like, your same shot,
yeah,
but you throw it 50 feet further,
right,
is actually really close to OB.
I might be OB then.
Right.
Right. I definitely want to be past this tree, though. I think
okay.
I definitely saw this one off.
Yep.
You own a pretty decent spot down there to the left.
Right, but I'm really close to that left OB, so
right.
I definitely want to put mine a little higher on the hill. But I think if you land it right in the center, like, it can't do anything. It just sits right there. Yeah.
And then you just throw a second shot, and he'll, you know, you try to
forehand.
Get through. So
Okay.
I have this left side gap from where I'm at, but I think Goose will probably have a backhand shot. But
kind of straight at it. Okay. Hurry! Oh yeah. I looked perfect. I don't know where the basket is. But...
Yeah, I should be C1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Oh, you can go to that like right gap.
Yep. That was like a sneaky backhand high zone. You can just kind of just blast up there and hope you get through, which isn't bad.
And it's not OB. The OB goes.
The OB is right at that gap.
Okay.
So there is OB completely surrounding the basket, but it's far enough right to.
So as long as you hit those trees with your hyzer,
yep.
you're gonna be safe.
Yeah. As long as you basically just go left of that tree, you're fine. Another thing too is this side slope really makes this second shot difficult just on the run up.
Yeah, it's weird for sure. So a little higher would have been less sketchy.
A little higher, yeah.
But if it gets through, then I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try a little flex forehand because I think I like the run up better for a forehand. Woo! Yeah, it's a little
really nice.
Little poke and hope-ish from this distance.
Right.
You're aiming at a gap and then you just hope you don't hit a tree.
I guess we'll see where the roller ended up, but you can get a roller like
to the corner.
Really far down now, but it's so like Goose was saying, it kind of tightens up,
just
so it's not
too
really
sketchy. Yep.
Not really worth it in my opinion.
Interesting. Oh.
Goose's roller was OB left, unfortunately.
OB left, yep.
Which. Oh man, nice putts, dude. His forehand worked out pretty well. The OB is pretty tight. I'm kind of surprised that they push this OB this close to this basket with how difficult the upshot is and how you're kind of just a little bit hoping you get through some of the gaps.
I like it.
You like it?
I think it adds more of that risk reward of like, hey, you know if you're out of position, you're just hucking it.
Right.
There's a chance you go OB.
It's a good point. Yeah.
So you got to really be thoughtful of your shots.
Right.
What I don't like is you could hit the tree right dead center of the fairway and kick OB.
Right. Which is going to happen for sure. I do like they got bleach holes again, which
the viewing is really good.
This is only one hole though, so I'm not sure if it's the best placement, but it's pretty sweet to have them.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's shade, which it gets hot out here, so that might be nice.
Okay. I think you want to attack this one a little more straight on. So like you were off to the right, which was nice because then you could throw the forehand that goes.
Right.
And if you're way off to the left, you could throw the backhand.
Yeah.
But I think the main shot you're going to be throwing is something that pushes straight.
Yeah.
Just to avoid the out of bounds, taking a big flare skip at the end.
Trying to hit the middle gap.
Yeah.
And just kind of go straight at it.
The middle gap, or even I could see someone throwing the flex forehand through that left gap.
Right.
Just a little straighter shot. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So, we're on hole 6, first par 5 of the round. I'm pumped, 1,215 feet. This one is big, and it's got some good, like, I don't know, shot shaping that you're gonna have to do.
Yes.
So, my guess here is you're gonna be throwing something that's a little distance controlled. You wanna go a little left, but not too far. Mm-hmm. So again, it might be an Onyx, or it might be Buzz OS.
Yep, I'm throwing Raptor.
Raptor, okay, right, something a little more stable. I can see that. Then the second shot is gonna be kind of a placement to a landing zone, because then you have a forced carry across, I don't even know, is it a pond or?
Just long grass.
Just long grass, okay. Yep. But I love that onto like an island-ish green.
Yep.
It's not gonna play as an island green, but it's gonna have that feel. From the looks of the tee sign, it looks great, and the fairway is beautiful.
So nice.
So,
honestly, man, fantastic hole breakdown. Which I think is a little bit of a testament to these new tee signs.
Yeah.
Which kind of gives you a good idea of what we're looking at. But yeah, that's well done.
Super
I think
nice.
this might be the signature hole of the course, kind of the crown jewel.
Oh, okay.
It's so long and big hole.
It might be worth, I don't know if they do this because I don't watch live very often, but if they put, they do a breakdown before holes?
Yeah, I have no, I probably watch less than you do.
Okay, okay. If they put these tee signs like on there while the guys are teeing off on
Yeah.
live coverage, it give the fans a pretty good idea of
Right.
you know, where they're going. So
Agreed.
all right, I'm gonna try Raptor as well. I think that's a really good idea, just to make sure it goes left at the end. Too far.
Too a little long.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Let me try my stable Buzz OS then too.
Yep.
And go a little higher, a little bit of hyzer. That one's better distance.
Pretty good, yeah.
For the distance control, but doesn't get as far left.
Yeah.
So.
If Brody was here, he'd be talking about it, but it's kind of a diagonal fairway.
Oh, right.
And so the further left that you get, the further distance you can go as well. So if you just go dead straight, you probably only got about 350. Whereas if you throw like as far left as you can and really hug the left side, you can probably get to, well, you can go infinity basically.
Right.
So I like to throw on the right side of the tee pad and then try to keep the highs or just kind of push the whole way.
Right, gives you a little more,
little better angle, a little bit more room to work with.
more to work with. Oh, that's aggressive. I see what you're saying. You go a little flippy, a lot of hyzer.
A lot of highs will just kind of, yeah.
Give it some good height.
It's been working out really well. That was a little bit high, but the shape was really, really good. So now I'll be in the fairway and I'll have a good look for a second shot to kind of get to that placement zone that you talked about.
Okay.
To let me attack over that OB spot.
Can you get into the woods on the left?
I haven't done it, so okay. I think it's really tough to do.
Let me try one more. Yeah.
Whew. That looks about as good as it could be. So
there's probably no skip though, so it's like I'm not much further than I'm probably about the same distance as your Raptor.
Right. Yeah.
It's another one where I think I just need a little more distance off the tee. This shot is huge, and there's still OB on it.
Definitely want to get to that kind of the top of that little hill at the very end. And this is one too where that right side is OB on this shot, so
right.
That's really good. It's gonna be a fairway driver from there, but
okay, right.
You're in position to attack still.
That's as good as I can do with playing like a relatively safe shot.
Yep.
If you guys can't tell, this guy's played this course before. He knows exactly where to land on all these holes.
Except for this shot. I think this shot might be too aggressive to go NUKE, y'all.
Ooh.
But it's a little more fun, so.
He's still sending it. Yep, I like it.
Be stable.
Hook up.
Oh, it's so close, man. That's the issue I've been having with that disc, is it just keeps drifting. It goes far, but it's just, all right, maybe it's passion. Just play a little bit safe. I'll just get myself in play.
Ooh.
I mean, to be fair, it's in play, but kind of a yank job.
Yeah. So I did get up a little past Ezra. So
you're about 50 feet on me, maybe 40 feet.
Yeah.
And if you had more height, you could definitely get more.
Get further, but I'm really close to the right OB.
Yeah.
Even though I thought I sawed it off about as much as I could.
It was very tight. Yeah, I think you had to have come pretty close to that right side wall.
Yeah.
Which is, yeah, I don't
know. Kind of sketchy, but gets you up into a good spot for sure.
Yeah. All right, so this is Goose's shot, y'all. Which, as you can see, we're not quite around the corner, so you can't really see the basket, but you can see the shape.
Oh, it's so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So this will be. It's almost gonna be like a stand-up Onyx, probably. Like an inside-out, hyzer flip-up Onyx that pushes straight the whole way.
Yeah, I don't throw shots like that.
Oh.
I'm gonna throw stable. We're gonna try to throw that same shot I threw on the tee.
Hey, you gotta know your own game, I guess. Oh, it's
just more height, right?
That might be safe short, honestly.
All right, let me try a little flip here.
I think it's short OB. It's a long ways.
Wow. Yeah, I think I need to get farther.
Yeah.
Gotta go bigger off the tee to have a chance. That is a crazy shot.
Oh man, this OB.
So this forced carry isn't even until like right in front of the basket. You kind of have to go as big as you can off the tee and then as big as you can on your second to have a look for birdie. That's a wicked shot. Very nice.
That's how you play it.
There's something to be said for going OB right here. You get all your distance and you go OB right there.
Right.
pretty manageable par save.
Right.
Compared to like the shot I threw, now I'm OB in a weird spot.
There's going to be a lot of people that don't get far enough on their second shot and have to just lay up to this area right here and still go for it.
Right.
You have to just take the medicine, honestly. But yeah, going OB hill is not honestly the worst thing. You can still get up and down.
I love this amount of distance in the woods too.
Yeah.
I like being able to air out shots, having some like good fairways and stuff, and it looks beautiful. So
yeah, pretty epic hole for sure. Went aggressive, went OB.
Didn't pay off. So
did not pay off.
Definitely from there you got to lay up, or I've got to lay up.
Yeah.
But it just means I got to go for more off the tee.
Or throw this in the basket to save it. Oh, that's pretty good actually. Decent. Yeah. It's not bad. It's not bad. One thing to note too is that the whole left side is OB, and this is OB not, what is that called? OB peninsula thing that sticks out. Just sticks out. It's not actually all the way. So you can just kind of play to the left side a little bit. It's kind of a bailout zone, but if you look behind it, I mean, it is so thick. So you don't really want to be there either.
Very solid hole.
Like depending on where you be, you almost rather be OB and that stuff.
Right.
Well, this hole lives up to the hype, I think.
Especially just how pretty the fairway is the whole way down.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Anytime they got woods
one of the best
with
parts.
grass in it, just like super nicely manicured. So aesthetic.
Yeah.
I thought this was a par 4. So this is a par 5. Hole 7.
He's going to put it on the screen, but
758 feet. This hole is a beast too, especially since I thought it was a par 4. As a par 5, this is going to play kind of interesting. I guess there's going to be a lot more bodies now. Basically, you have this like snaky S-shaped hole, big dog leg right, and then back to a dog leg left to the basket with an OB carry, kind of similar to the last hole. The thing is, the whole thing is OB lined on both sides. So there's basically a couple ways to play it. You can either lay up, throw just like a dead straight putter, and then like a little chip shot, then like another little chip shot, and I guess now get your birdie. Or you can play aggressive, try to throw a big turnover shot and get up to this kind of the second bend in that snake, and then have a chance for an eagle.
That's a ways to push a turnover. It's got to be a little bit of a hyzer flip almost.
Yeah, in order for me to do it, I would probably go passion and try to throw it flat and then just throw it straight and have it just kind of tone the whole way.
The whole way, yeah.
But man, with the OB, with the OB lining on both sides, I just don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth being that aggressive.
What about forehand? You think I can get to that landing zone with a forehand?
I don't, but I'd love to see you try it.
Okay.
So if you want to throw that, I can go down there and film because it's kind of easy to lose discs. But
cool.
I'm just gonna chunk this hole up, I think.
All right.
That's how I'm gonna play it.
Hey, I like it.
I've had too many shots where I almost lose a disc because I try to throw the aggressive shot and it gets tough. Hooray! I think just right of that evergreen tree is probably perfect.
Probably good. Okay.
It's kind of hard to not go too far, honestly. That's kind of what I've been struggling with.
Okay.
Yeah,
right, that's pushing it a little bit.
That tree might be in the way. All right, let me walk down now. This is going to be the film job of my life. You need to go higher and righter.
Too far, too straight?
Too straight, yeah. Too straight.
Still too straight, okay. Sounds good. Maybe a little higher.
Yeah, that's gonna be fine, I think. Okay. Yeah, perfect.
Cool.
Perfect layup.
Yeah, I see why it's a par 5.
Yeah.
I noticed this at chess.com too. Paul does a really good job of designing courses where he's got holes that are too long, holes that are too short, and holes that are like perfectly in the middle. Right. This one's one of those that's like 3 like putter shots, whereas the last one was just like 3 distance driver shots. That might be too far. Slow down. Nice. Okay, we're good.
I think it makes sense as a par 5, but I think if it was a par 4, you would probably see some more people try to get up to here on a full shot.
I could also see like AB or someone throwing a big turnover. If the hyzer's out OB, he still can birdie.
Right.
You still got to play for birdie if you can get it in the bounds somewhere over here.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, I guess AB's not the only one to do that. Like any of the top distance throwers can. So,
he's the one that comes to mind, though. For sure.
He's the one that comes to mind.
Very small island green.
Yeah. I hope there's a spotter on this hole because there's a lot of shots that are going to be weird. I think some people will be hitting those trees and you won't know if he crossed in bounds or not. So
this would be a good one for the spotter to be a marshal.
Right.
Or to have like the...
So many times they're gonna be up there and be like, hey, there's no way my disc didn't cross in bounds.
Right.
And I'll be like, the spotter said you didn't. And he's like, yeah, but spotters aren't right. And then they'll be like...
that happens so much. It's gonna happen so much out here.
Yeah.
Whereas if you can just say like the spiral, we have to just go with what the spiral says, it makes it so much less.
All right, as we're saying, this is our first woods hole, basically. Par 4,
tight woods hole.
585. Plays a lot like 17 at W.R. Jackson, looks like. You got a little itty bitty gap, and you got to somehow get up there. There's a tree right in the center of the fairway. Don't love that, but I don't know exactly what I'm trying to do here. Do I want to be left? Do I want to be right?
So I'm trying to throw a flex forehand left of that tree that you think's right in the middle, and then just fade it short of that darker tree.
Into that hillside. I like that.
So that's how I play this hole.
That's an executable shot, I think.
Yeah. And it fits the shape of the fairway very well, so I think it's...
Very good. I'm going to try to throw at that tree on the right, and then just have it slowly fade off a bit. And that's the goal. A little overturned. Kind of where we were saying, just a little farther left.
Yeah, I'm going nuke, so I'm trying to get like way up there. But
oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Maybe raptor though, just to try to get just short of that. I've had trouble where I do hit that dog tree sometimes with the nuke.
That's why I was thinking the Buzz OS has very little chance of doing much, because I can just kind of hit the hillside where I mean. I'm gonna try this once just for the camera. I think that this could work, but it's just really tough.
Yep. Get through? Oh, wait, way right.
Nope, it just kicked and went 200 feet right.
Yeah, I mean the backhand can walk. I just feel like the shape isn't quite right for it. It kind of makes the whole gap a little bit tighter.
Right,
Play more towards the center of the gap.
You could almost throw a straight forehand if you like line it up and are just confident in hitting it.
Yeah, you could, for sure.
A little flex, come back. Oh yeah, past
I got
that
around
tree.
that tree.
Big skip to the right.
Might be in jail anyway.
All right.
I'm gonna try a raptor. I haven't really tried a raptor, and I think this might actually be the play. I like that shot a lot. I really like that play actually on this hole. That seems like a really, really good disc choice. Basically, have to just throw it straight up through that gap, then have it fade at the very end. So.
Oh yeah, this is almost impossible.
You have to throw forehand too. Yeah.
To the right or to the left?
Left.
It's to the left.
It's to the left at the end of the gap.
I see. Okay.
So great. That's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I just
shut up stuff. No, that's smart golf.
Needs to be flippier.
Yeah.
This is the issue with the nuke.
So close to good, man.
Really good shape, and then just faded out a little too much.
The difference between that spot and this spot is unbelievable.
Right. Channel your inner.
Oh, that was nasty almost. I'll take that, honestly. That's why I'm gonna like the raptor more though, I think. I'm gonna have a higher chance of staying in the fairway.
You'd rather be like right there.
Yeah.
30, 40 feet shorter, but in the fairway.
Right.
Yeah. I think I might like the raptor too. That's a putt.
Pen penny's not my bread and butter, so I'd be happy with this. Stud putting is though, so we'll take that.
With how this shapes to the left and how tight it is and how hard it is to land in the fairway, there's a high probability I'm throwing forehand roller second.
Honestly, yeah, it's not a bad hole for it. I mean, you
up
kind
the
of hill,
it should stay very straight, and then if you get it right, it should curl to the left just a little bit.
Right.
So, and it hits gaps and fairways pretty well. So.
Yep. The ground's hard packed too, so it should roll nice.
Yeah, up to here, some pretty big rocks here, but
you might ramp though. You might ramp into the basket.
Ooh.
Think about it.
Wow.
Hole number 1,234 foot par 5, which is not quite as far as hole 6, even though it's a way more open hole. It kind of tells you how much of a beast that hole 6 is. This is also a beast though. It's basically just a massive tee shot, a massive second shot, and an up shot. You have to stay in bounds. Not a whole lot in it. I'm gonna throw a nuke. I also love how we have kind of the mix of like that last hole being really tight woods and this hole being one you can air out.
Right.
Kind of a good balance.
Hurry!
Need more distance.
Just in time.
Perfect. Oh, it's so good. Nice.
Take it.
Perfect. All right, I want to give a quick shout out to whoever puts these little coolers out. I don't know if it's this house right here or if it's like the Lynchburg Disc Golf Club, Pick up these little cool-alls on this hole with all kinds of drinks and stuff. You can just Venmo them. Pretty sweet little station. It's not like a Pro Tool thing. They've had this every time I played this course.
Wow.
So you can stay hydrated on the course.
I like that. It's something I'm willing to donate $1 to as well.
I mean, I'm not going to today, but it is a really good idea.
I'm just gonna try to throw far.
Yeah, you can see the basket now. It's just short of that
Oh,
light
there
pole.
it is. Yep.
So just, yeah, blast.
Don't need a lot here, but I'm gonna go for a lot anyway.
Hey.
Ooh, it held a long ways. Not ideal split.
Ooh, no skip though. Might be in bounds still.
Oh, there's OB on the left
Yeah,
too.
there's OB everywhere. So like the slope does kind of pull things left.
Gotcha.
But it should be fine still.
Yeah.
Really, the only thing on this tee shot is you can't go OB and you can't be in these trees that are right behind it.
Right.
If you want those, you're boned, but other than that, you should have a shot.
It's good being over here on the left too, because you get to throw that hyzer.
I do like it, yeah.
Pretty ideal, probably 320 out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However far that is, about how far.
Yeah, about that far.
About that distance.
If you're this far left, it's nice because you can throw a spike hyzer, but I'm a little low for that. A little short.
Yep. Yeah, my distance was right. You're a little short, but still a makeable putt.
Oh boy.
Oh no. Oh no. So it is.
You see the deer back there?
There it is. Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to the shots, man. I was zoned in on that DR. I think people care more about the little baby deal than they do about missed putts. That does it for 9 holes though. Goose, this is your first time playing this course. What do you think of the front 9 so far?
Looks great so far. I love it. Very fair. I like that there is OB on some holes without it. I don't even hate that much. So a lot of variety.
I love it. I think yeah, it all kind of makes sense. I feel like I said on hole 1, this is kind of how I feel like woods golf should be. I think this is how woods golf should be. Look at every woods golf course be just like this hole. No, I'm joking. But I like the woods holes. Oh, I like that baby deal too. Zoom in on this guy again. New London Tech. Check out the back 9 on the Goose Man's channel. It's about to get even more wooded. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Sweet.